In the United States, rights are outlined for criminal prosecutions in the Sixth Amendment. You're familiar with the terms: right to a speedy trial, impartial jury, right to retain counsel, and also the right to be able to represent yourself. It's rare to see someone represent oneself for many reasons. And as Abraham Lincoln once said, quote, "A man that represents himself has a fool for a client," end quote. And tonight we talk about someone who chose to represent himself and was able to chillingly cross-examine his victim, and in this case, his own flesh and blood. Imagine the fear of sitting on the stand yourself, looking at your attempted murderer in the eyes and saying, "You stabbed me, Daddy."
In other news, Darren sent a couple of messages for me to share with you guys.
Hey, Darren!
So the first one is an article from Vice. It is about a missing drunk man who spent hours helping a search party look for himself. He helped look for himself for hours before realizing who the search party was looking for.
Oh my God. That's
so that was in
awesome.
Turkey.
Hey, drunk man joins his own search party. That's me. Look, he looks cool, dude.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude, I would totally hang out with this guy, man. Look at this guy. Let me see.
Reporter.com.
Oh yeah, I would definitely hang out with this dude, man.
He fits right into this podcast.
I feel like that could also happen. Oh, that could happen.
That could happen to you,
Yeah.
100%.
I feel like that could happen today.
And then he also sent a Black Widow farmer killed and fed man to pigs that she loved more than people. So he sent me that story. I'm not going to read it, but I will forward it to you.
That seems like a good one.
Some big news going on.
So thank you, Darren, for keeping us in the loop of the world happenings.
That's awesome. We do have some new tacos to welcome. John with an H.
Hello, John.
John with
Another
an H.
one?
Another one.
Oh my God, dude. You guys are...
And
You take that H out your damn names. What the hell?
he's not a Jonathan. He's a John. And then Matt has upped his membership, Matthew. So he is a
Thank you, Matt.
Supremo. And so we are going to do our surprise shot dedication for Matthew.
Sweet.
Woo! Oh, I forgot my bongos.
And thank you, John. John with an H times 2. Thank you, John,
And
for
Matt.
your patronage, and thank you, Matt, for your uppage. If you up to the Supremo, guys, man, come on. We're doing live chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start putting these videos on YouTube. Well, snippets of the videos. But the Supremos and the Nachos get... you guys can see the videos, but Supremos get to see it live and chat with us, man. We like to chat with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. So this is for Matt. Is this a specific one?
It was not a specific one, but I did go out and purchase something today.
Surprise shots, surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise.
So I'm almost at the oon
I
status.
see. You're getting there.
To do full oon, I'm going to have to shave right here.
Yeah.
But
Are you doing that for Halloween?
You should.
you know, Prince Harry or Prince Henry, one of those people dressed up as Hitler.
Prince Harry.
For one Halloween. Yeah, that was in poor taste.
Yes.
I think
No
anyone
shit.
that dresses up as Hitler
Doesn't
for
that
a
guy
costume
have-
is in poor taste.
Doesn't that guy have like, you know,
PR people that
PR
tell?
people and
I think he was
aides
in
or
college.
that help him do this
Yeah,
shit? Oh, in
yeah.
college?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's different.
He was in a rebellious phase. I guess he still
yeah,
is.
but dude,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Alrighty.
Cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
Is that Crown Apple?
Close.
Ugh.
It was Jack Daniel's apple.
Ooh.
Not a fan.
I kind of liked it.
Do we have cranberry juice? Because that would go with cranberry juice.
I didn't have a whole bottle. I just bought the nips, but I do have cranberry juice.
Also, Chris from Indianapolis, I emailed you again. You won the prize of the What Happened To. You need to claim it. You got 2 weeks.
It's $300 worth of awesome stuff.
Yeah,
so
and our
we've got to give you some time to claim it before we go on to the next person.
If you do not claim it, not Jen will win.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our Prime return window has closed.
That's right. That's right. Some good stuff. And I would love to give some hints, but
Yeah.
it's not all true crime things. It includes one very nice item in there.
Item?
Why did I make that gesture?
Why did you do that?
I was like, it is
it's a mystery box, so it could be a dead squirrel. You don't know.
a $300 valued squirrel.
with three $100 bills tied to it.
Oh my god!
Like around the neck.
You know what's the worst is that I
Taxidermy.
wouldn't put it past you to do something like that.
Shit, I would be still happy as fuck.
I wonder if where you can buy like those taxidermied squirrels.
Oh, I don't want one.
Do we have a theme for this week?
No, we got a couple good stories. Nicole's going to do one for us about a podcast. She's like a limited series podcast, couple episodes.
Oh yeah,
I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you too.
I worked all fucking day, Saturday, Sunday after we recorded, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night to get it all done. And so we've got one episode out so far.
She's also putting out 3 weeks of every day.
Yeah, the holidays this
Every
week
day's a holiday.
suffered. But you know what? It was International Coffee Day on Hubble's birthday on October
Friday.
1st.
What's today? Do you know? Or today is in Tuesday. when people hear
I do
this.
not know. However, I haven't done that one yet. But October 4th, Monday, is National Vodka Day. Woo! Oh, Jen doesn't like vodka. I love vodka.
I love that podcast. Every day's a holiday.
Yes.
Well,
That was an obvious
Today's
plug.
October 3rd. It's Mean Girls Day.
that's right. That's what today is. Thank you.
Guys, tonight, before we get started, I want to say thank you so much for everyone's support. We are on live chat, CHAT, live chat. That's YouTube. Talkmore.com
Was that
slash
you
join.
affirming that you know how to read?
Talkmore.com slash join. And we're going to get started. So tonight we are going to Florida.
Lowrider.
Yeah.
But this is not a zombie story. I promise you. It's not.
Looks like that person is a Marine.
Oh, damn. That is a really...
I was trying to get what the bumper sticker was. Yeah.
He's not, but that is a really good thing you point out there. I
Observation.
actually just noticed that about 10 minutes ago when I was looking at this
I
photo.
couldn't tell if the colors were red, like if it was a Washington Redskins fan or something like that. The yellow.
No, I
and
think it's a
maroon.
Marine, yeah.
It's the Washington football
Doesn't
team.
it say...
Oh,
So,
they removed the Redskins.
Yes.
welcome to the Talk More Movie Podcast. My name is John. I'm sitting here with Jen and Nicole. Tonight we're doing a story that happens in Florida, but this isn't a zombie story. I know a lot of you are thinking to yourself, well, if it's in Florida, it's probably a face-eating zombie. And I was once like that too, but this is not one of those stories. So
You were a face-eating zombie?
yeah. So can you describe this photo? And I want to say before we get started, I put all my photos, videos, and sources on talkmurder.com. You can go there. This is episode
65.
265. So you can go there and see all the photos and comment on the blog there. And I'll shout you out on the next episode. So can you describe this house? This house is 13248 Pike Lake Drive. There was a 911 call that came from this residence on March 19th, 2018. If you want to describe this little abode.
Well, it is a one-level hip roof ranch, but it looks like someone was either trying to get out or get in. Also, is that a ball of fire on the front lawn? Is that a fireball?
That's a good question. What is on that front lawn?
I don't know.
It
That
does
is
look
weird.
like it's on fire.
It looks like it's lava.
Yeah. But,
the floor is lava.
but like there's the screen.
What the fuck is
The
that?
screens are
Honestly, I didn't notice that until you just said it. It looks like a thing of lava.
yeah. What is that? Is it a tart?
No.
Is it an orange tart?
Is it a?
That's so weird.
But-
I mean, I'm guessing the light like obviously you see the police tape.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, someone was either
Okay.
Is it like an oil slick?
I will say
like a flare, maybe.
they found oil in this one spot.
Time to drill.
No, that exact spot is where one of the victims was found deceased.
Oh.
I'm not sure why it's glowing though. That is such a weird
Maybe a soul leaving the body.
You know, maybe I know the body's not under there. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't look like the body's under there.
Well,
but that is so weird that it's
glowing.
It looks like
Are we
lava.
looking at a ghost on the screen?
Holy shit.
Anyway, moving on. It looks like someone was trying to either get in or out of the house because the two screens on the front windows are both out.
Yep.
And the garage door is open,
Yeah.
but the front door is not open.
That garage is so fucking small. I bet that guy can't even fit his car in there.
I agree. Based on the shelving, I don't think that's possible.
That's like the size of my garage.
Especially with the shelving, yeah. You wouldn't be able to fit that in there.
And it looks like a small little bungalow. Like maybe it's like 2 bedrooms even. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want to say yes or no. I didn't do the Google Earth, but is next to it a trailer? And nothing wrong if it is.
I think it's just
it just kind of looks like a trailer house, doesn't it?
Well, it could be a
it could
building.
Be another
like an office building.
Yeah,
small,
building.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jen's right. Both screens are out. That's because there was a fire in this house.
Mm.
And you can see by the lava. A 911 call came in. This is 13248 Pike Lake Drive, March 19th, 2018. So
not too long ago.
Before COVID.
The car is old.
Yeah, the
that's
car's
like
old.
2007.
But you know what? You know what, Jen? I bet that car starts. Shit.
They got it at CarMax.
I could not believe that. I was so mad. And I'm sitting there.
We told you to go to CarMax. I don't want to talk about it. All right, let's go on. A 911 call came in made by a Kenyatta Barron. This is at 11:43 p.m. She is heard screaming. So this is nighttime. Basically, the scene what you're looking at now. This is the house that it happened in, and I'm pretty sure this is either the night of or the next night. I would imagine it was the night of because it's still dark outside. Mm-hmm. You see the police tape.
Correct.
And you see where the body was. And I'm guessing, obviously, it's not lava. That's probably like some kind of sheet they put on there. And then maybe the light reflected off of it. You also see the window pane, the screen. You also see the window screens pushed out. There was a fire in this home. Okay, a 911 call came in at 11:43 p.m. A woman is heard screaming. She says, quote, this is what she says, "I'm shot. Help me, please." And then tearfully, she repeats over and over again, "I'm so sorry." And then she runs out of the house, and that is where she dies, right there on the front lawn. So this shit just got real. Jesus Christ.
Wow, that was the last thing that she did was call 911.
Yeah.
That was 11:43 p.m. At 11:49 p.m. So how many minutes is that?
6.
There you go, Nicole. Very good. 11:49 p.m. Another 911 call came in. This is 6 minutes later. Now this is from a male that's in the same address. So obviously, probably the husband or boyfriend or whatever. The first one was the wife or the girlfriend. You guys understand. This 911 call came in at 11:49. The exact same location. And the male caller says, quote, "I've been attacked. Kiki tried to kill me." That's what he said.
Kiki being the person who made the original.
So Kiki is the pet name, I would guess, nickname of Kenyatta.
Okay.
The victim, the one that died. Mm-hmm. There's more than one victim here. Deputies arrive here at 11:49 p.m. and they see a woman lying on the front yard, right there where you see
a fireball,
whatever the hell that is. That's where Kiki was laying, right there. Now she was deceased, but she had called. And remember, I want to go back and revisit this right quick. It's not that she said, "I'm shot, please help me." It's that she tearfully kept saying, "I'm so sorry." So I want you to remember that. Like she's crying, saying, "I'm so sorry."
Like she did something wrong.
Yes, exactly. Deputies arrive at the scene at 11:49. Now, every light in this house is completely shut off. It is dark in there. So when a police shows up to a house, it's actually really dangerous if you think about it. They know they have to go into the house, especially if they hear some domestic stuff, or let's say they see a dead woman on the front yard. They have to go into the house. So if there's no lights on, it becomes they don't know what they're walking into type of thing, and it's very scary. So just remember that the lights are completely off. However, as soon as they start to try to go into the house, they see light emanating from the house, and it's the start of a fire, some embers burning, and then the house is about to go up in flames. Obviously, you're looking at the house right now. It didn't burn completely to the ground, but a fire was started. All right, any questions?
Do we think that Kiki is the one that started the fire?
Well, we'll see. All right. A little bit about the story. There's one part of it that was real infamous to the point where Ice-T, you know that Ice-T?
Yeah.
The guy, the rapper. Was he a rapper too, right?
Yeah.
Rapper, and also in Law and Order.
Yeah,
SVU.
Law and Order. So he actually kind of made this case famous, I guess, or more famous than it was.
Really?
With one of his tweets. Twitters.
Real quick, I hate to interrupt, but last night I was watching to fall asleep the Love Guru, which I know that you're not a Mike Myers fan, but there, you know,
why don't you like Mike Myers?
I'm not really into that type of comedy.
Yeah, kind of screwball comedy.
So there was, you know how like gurus all have like their saying and stuff. So his was Mariska Hargitay, and then she makes a cameo in the film. It's kind of funny, but he's like Mariska Hargitay.
That's funny.
It was funny. I mean, sorry, but yeah,
Law and Order SVU is a great show.
it is long running.
A fire breaks out, and now they're just not going in. Well, they will once they figure out who else is in the house. And you're going to be kind of depressed when you find out who's in the house.
Oh no, was there a dog?
A child?
The fire breaks out. Now, this is right around midnight. A woman is in the front yard. She's already dead. They try to revive her, but she's not coming back to life. She is obviously dead. They'll leave her here for the EMTs to worry about. They got to go see who's in this house. If there's any kids in this house or dogs or whatever. It's not a huge house, so luckily they could be in and out. It's a one-story house, not really big. I would say, I don't know, maybe 2,000 square feet.
Oh, smaller than that.
1,200.
This house is smaller than 2,000 square feet.
Yeah, so a couple rooms, they can go in there when the fire department gets there and kind of clear it out. Hopefully get all the kids or dogs, cats out. Well, leave the cats in there, obviously, but...
Don't be mean. You don't really mean that. I know you don't.
You would totally save a cat if you had to.
A man walks out of the garage. Now, this is where the case gets fucking crazy. A man walks out of the garage. The same guy that called 911 at 11:49, I believe it was. He walks out the garage and he's screaming at the top of his lungs. And see if you guys know what this means, if you can translate it. Allah Akbar. At the top of his lungs, he's screaming. What does that mean?
God.
Does it mean praise God?
Yeah, God is great.
God is great.
Allah is great. Yeah, he's screaming that at the top of his lungs. He's African-American male.
Okay.
And he's screaming that. Cops, they don't know what's going on. They tased.
You said this is in 2018?
Yeah, this is
okay.
4 years ago. The cops tase him to get him to calm down. He's just acting crazy. If you go back to the 911 call, he said Kiki tried to kill me, and now I guess he's
saying God is great.
He's saying God.
So is he happy that Kiki's dead, or?
Well, he's screaming it like in anger type of thing. You know.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe he was the perpetrator who started the fire?
Yeah. All right. He's screaming, Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Heard that a few times.
I'm sure you have, yeah.
Now, to the cops, going back to the 911 call, this man is innocent. They do tase him a bunch of times to get him to calm down. They shove him in the back of the cop car just to see what is going on. And he's telling the cops, he's still saying Allah Akbar, but he's saying, my wife, Kiki, tried to kill me. This was self-defense. You know, I barely escaped with my life. All this stuff. All right. At this point, he's innocent. Right? And not innocent, but at this point, if the house goes up in flames, and Kiki's already dead, it's basically his word. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
His word against no one. And that's what he wants. Okay? Because as of now, he could still get off scot-free, even if he was the killer, even if he just called 911 6 minutes later and said, Kiki's trying to kill me, self-defense, boom. But, now here's the cliffhanger. The house is in flames. He is sitting in the back of the cop car saying he's innocent, self-defense. At this moment, a 9-year-old boy also walks out of the garage.
Oh, wow.
That is the son, Ronnie O'Neal IV, who's sitting in the back of the cop car. Who's sitting in the back of the cop car is Ronnie O'Neal III.
Okay.
Ronnie O'Neal IV, 9 years old, stumbles out of the garage. He is suffering from burns all over his body.
No,
30%. I think it was only like 30. I know it's a lot. 30% of his body was burned, and he's 9 years old.
Poor thing.
He's tiny, right? You know. 100 pounds? I don't know. That's right. Or less than that, probably. I don't know.
Probably somewhere around there. Small. Yeah, maybe less than that.
30% of his body burned. He has multiple stab wounds. Now, this is a 9-year-old. His dad is in the back of the cop car saying that Kiki tried to kill him. This is self-defense. Let me go. Why am I in handcuffs? He goes up to the cop. Well, he stumbles out. They didn't even know he was in there. The cops, grab him and try to make sure he's okay. He's breathing and tell him not to walk. And this is from one of the police reports. It says, quote, he was covered in blood and was observed with a severe abdominal injury and burns, up to 30% of his body. Now, he tells the cop, immediately says to the cop, now this is where the story gets crazy. He says, quote, my father shot my mother, end quote.
Oh.
So now the guy in the back of the cop car
is like, oh, no, you didn't say that.
Exactly.
Son, that's not what you saw.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think of that? Crazy shit.
I'm very curious where iced tea comes along, but
if you want to read this.
I picked the perfect drink.
Yeah.
What is it?
Iced tea.
White Claw iced tea.
All right, if you want to read this is from ABC Action News. This is about the Allah Akbar.
According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, they received a 911 call from an unknown woman at 11:43 p.m. on Sunday, pleading for help because she had been shot. In the background of the call, they say a man was yelling, Allah Akbar. Then the female caller seems to say, I'm so sorry, Ronnie, as she screams loudly. A male can be heard in the background saying, she killed me, and don't come outside, call 911 now. According to the news release, the 911 call ended shortly thereafter.
All right. What do you guys think? Are we breaking into the case now? Eh?
So this is a who shot who?
Right.
Who instigated
this
fight?
This case is pretty tragic.
One person's dead, the female.
Let me back up. 2 people are dead. There was 2 children in the house.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why this case is so tragic. They had a daughter, a nonverbal autistic
God.
daughter. She's deceased. That's why this case is so tragic. It's hard to have any light with this case, but this case is not known for her at all, which I did put a little there was like a blogger that wants to bring light to her, like a remembrance, which I think is awesome. So I've kind of put that in there, and we're going to talk a little bit about her. I know it's not my job to bring like remembrance, but you know what I'm saying. But the reason this case is famous is not because of her. It's because of the guy that killed his family and stabbed his own son and then tried to light his son on fire. He tried to light the son on fire, and then they had to destroy the evidence, right? After he kills everyone.
Because the son knows what really happened.
No, he was just going to kill everyone. He was going to kill his family. He was, family annihilator.
Annihilator.
What does that say?
I don't know.
So...
You may have said it right. I can't tell anymore.
But the reason this case is so famous is because the man, Ronnie O'Neal, did defend himself in court. Now, this happens sometimes, and you can do this. Ted Bundy did this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And usually, if you defend yourself in court, you would, I don't know, read over the reports or something. Like, do a better job than this guy. But this is what makes this case so famous. And I'll put this on talkmore.com. You have to see this, the full thing. I can
just picture Ice-T just slamming this dude actually in his tweets. Is that what happened?
Well, so this is his tweet, and you're about to see it. He says, when you've watched too much Law and Order and think you can defend yourself.
Oh.
Not a great idea. Okay, this is the tweet, or this is the video from him defending himself. Go talkmore.com. You definitely need to see this guy. I can't describe him. We will try, but this is something you've got to see. This will go down in history.
And the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their such high...
Looks like a cartoon character's hair. That's awesome. How does he get to stick up like that?
Wait, hold on.
Because originally, it wasn't enough. So we had to tamper with evidence.
Anyway, that was it.
So his whole defense is that the police tampered with evidence.
No, so he shouldn't be trying to defend himself to begin with.
I wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
I would not.
That's bizarre. Why would he go with a tampering of evidence knowing the 911 calls that were made? You know what I mean?
Well, he also made... No, he's not only going with tampering with evidence. He's saying this guy is going to bring his own son to cross-examine his own son.
That's awful.
It's pretty bad. This is the worst guy in the fucking world.
So his son is basically going to be the one, hopefully, who puts him behind bars.
What? No, everyone knows he's going to be put behind bars. Everyone knows he did it, as you're about to see. But, I mean, you're about to see this guy's a piece of shit. But the reason that the case is so infamous, if you will, is because of that. I mean, who gets in front of a jury with hair like that and just screams at him? What does he expect them to like?
Right. It's not,
this guy's relatable. Like what?
He's not putting him. That's a very good point. It's not putting himself into a good light that he is a calm, collected human being.
No,
right?
He's saying
the evidence is going to show.
It sounds like he's fucking crazy.
People are probably like cowering and shit. Like, oh my God, please don't fucking hurt me. Yeah, so that's the crazy shit about this case.
I mean, if I'm a juror and this guy is defending himself, I'm like, I would actually be I would be wondering how the judge is allowing him to represent himself, because he's making him seem insane.
You can do that.
But if the judge thinks that you're like not competent enough, I think they can step in and say no.
I don't know. You have to ask a lawyer. Quote, I look alone, but I am backed by an almighty God. This is what he's screaming at the jury, and as they're cowering in fear. The evidence is going to show that I love my children. The evidence will not show you that my son witnessed me beat his mom to death, nor did he witness me shoot his mom. In fact, he didn't witness much at all.
But what happened when the son was put on the stand?
Okay, when the son was put on the stand, it says, quote, the first words that came out of this brave boy's mouth were, quote, my daddy killed my mommy, end quote. That's what the assistant state attorney, Scott Harmon, said in his opening statement.
Is he okay? Where is he now?
Yeah, and I'm not going to get too far into this, but he was adopted by one of the deputies that showed up to the scene.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's great.
Yeah, it's great. The public, and I'm sure you can find who it is if you wanted to, but from all the videos and the court videos and stuff like that, they bleep out the officer's name. His last name is Richard something, but they obviously wanted to keep private, so I didn't even look it up.
That's really
so
that's a nice silver lining to that.
Yeah, and it kind of there was a movie that was it Samuel L. Jackson that did a movie where the
police adopt the child.
he was like a detective.
There is something.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I was trying to. I was like, this seems like the plot to a movie.
Yeah. But yeah, that really happened. So in 2018, he adopted the only surviving victim, which was Ronnie O'Neal IV.
Wow.
And he was 11 years old. This was last year when he testified against his father. And him testifying against his father is all. So when you watch the in court video, they'll show Ronnie the killer and the prosecutor, everybody. But they won't show the 11-year-old.
Because he's underage.
Yeah, he's underage. So they'll just show like the desk or whatever. I'm going to show you a video. It's going to make you sick. It's when they first, because he cross witnesses his own son. So what do you say when you first see your son for the first time after you try to stab him and then pour gasoline on him?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, man, nice to see you kind of shit.
No.
It's fucking terrible.
Some people should not have children.
Agreed.
Quote, the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their high burden of proof. Because originally, and I'm just repeating what he said in the video, originally it wasn't enough. So we had to tamper with evidence since it was such evidence already, but we still had to tamper with evidence. That don't make any sense. Okay, let me see.
In a second 911 call at 11:51 p.m., a male caller told the operator, I've just been attacked by some white demons, and then stated, her name is Kiki, and she tried to kill me, and I just killed her.
So that was the call. So obviously we're going on self-defense, right?
Yep. Well, not really. He didn't make that a part of his argument.
Yeah, exactly. But what kind of? I mean, that if you watch the whole trial, that is his argument, basically. Because the son says, well, my dad shot my mom when they were arguing. And then the dad's like, well, no, it was self-defense. And the son didn't see that. What really happened was the mom came after me and tried to kill me. So I just defended myself. Okay. And then the plan was initially to light the whole place on fire so there's no evidence. Because there's some very damning evidence.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, this is the mother right here. Go to talkmore.com to see the mother. This is Kenyatta. This is Kiki. This is Kiki right here. Her friend Erica Worthy said, quote, that was a good woman. Very sweet. She used to help my son with math, end quote. She had a gunshot wound to her arm and trauma to her face and upper body. So the gun used was a shotgun. They actually found the shotgun disassembled. So after he shot the mother twice, actually, once to the right back shoulder and the other to her arm with a shotgun. So, shotgun pellets go everywhere. Mm-hmm. Once he shot Kiki, then he tried to disassemble the shotgun and kind of hide it so police wouldn't find it, I guess, or get his fingerprints or whatever. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Also discovered were numerous pieces of a shotgun in the general area of the victim. So everything was disassembled. There was a wooden stock and other mechanical pieces of a shotgun kind of laying all around the place. As far as her autopsy goes, there was a gunshot wound to her right back shoulder, another gunshot wound much larger to her right elbow. Her right arm was broken in 2 separate places. So like your right arm, you know, being, what is this, like 3 feet, in 2 separate places is broken. So maybe her wrist and her funny bone or something, you know? Crazy. There were numerous injuries to her head, including 15 separate lacerations to the head area. 15 cuts to her head, basically. There were numerous abrasions and contusions on mainly the left side of her head. 6 to 7 fractures of her skull.
Oh.
So tell me, all right, so we're going to talk, she had a lot of fractures.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like self-defense to me.
And broken arms and everything else. So it's not the shotgun that's going to break her arm and fracture her jaw. So what else did she suffer from, knowing that she has fractures everywhere?
Domestic abuse.
Yeah, so she was beat badly, almost to the point of death. So if you go back and revisit the 911 call when she says, I'm so sorry, that was after he takes the butt of the shotgun and beats her with it and beats her almost into a bloody pulp. 6 to 7 fractures just in her skull. Her jaw was completely fractured and separated.
It's amazing that she was able to talk on the 911 call.
Oh, yeah. No shit. It's probably all the adrenaline, I guess. Wow. And plus, well, see, if you go back to when it says, I'm so sorry, she says that. I like to think she was saying that, you know, kind of to her children, you know. I'm sorry that this is happening type of thing, which I believe that was going through her head. 6 to 7 fractures of her skull, fractured jaw, fractured facial bones, several fractures at the base of the skull, not including the 6 to 7 fractures of her actual skull. Her teeth were missing, several teeth. She had less teeth than you were supposed, you know, the majority of teeth were out. Like all of her front teeth were missing. And when that happened, when you get hit with a shotgun in the face and your teeth come out, you're most likely going to swallow them.
Oh, no.
So that's where they would go. The cause of death was actually not the shotgun wound at all, even though she had 2. Getting shot with a shotgun, I mean, that is, even if you get shot in the right elbow, you're still lucky if you survive because the pellets separate and one can hit you in the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when a bullet actually goes into your body, it can actually hit a bone, like let's say the ribs, and bounce around in your body. That happens a lot, actually, and just kind of tears everything up in the body.
Yikes.
So the best bet is an open and out kind of wound, but that sometimes doesn't happen. But she didn't actually die of the shotgun blast. She died of brain hemorrhaging as a result of blunt force trauma, which is being beat with the butt of the shotgun. So crazy. Now, this is what's really, really sad about this case. This is the 9-year-old daughter.
Oh, poor thing.
If you want to try to describe her.
Sweet little girl. She has a Snapchat filter on with like little flowers.
Yeah. The mom has that too, I noticed, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't tell if that's Snapchat filter or if she's actually wearing a flower crown.
Oh.
I think it's a filter.
Well, how can you tell?
Well, that one, her eyes are purple and like...
Well, this one, so she's actually wearing a crown there?
She could be. I don't know. Maybe it's a filter.
I don't know. I don't have Snapchat.
Sweet little thing. How old is she? Like 5?
No, she's 9. She was the older.
Both children were 9?
He was 11.
No, he was 11 when he testified. Let me go back right quick. Make sure. 9. Yeah, she was 9. 9-year-old, and her name was Ranivia. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ranivia. And she was a nonverbal autistic. She was on the spectrum. So nonverbal, I didn't even know that was a thing until like we did a case a couple of weeks ago. They were nonverbal. It's crazy. So they just never talk in their life ever.
It's severe. Yeah.
I mean, so they've never said anything like mama or anything as a baby?
I mean, I would venture to say it varies on. It varies.
Yeah, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. And this thing is, it's very sad, but it's also really interesting because I didn't know that was a thing, nonverbal. Anyway, she was dead on arrival. And
God. She was burned to death.
Let me just get to it. It's terrible. Because guess who's doing this? The father. Mm. The father is doing this. The guy that was screaming at the jury. That's what's sad about this fucking case, man. Yeah. And, a lot of people like Ice-T, like, yeah, that's funny that he's like screaming at the jury and shit, but fuck, man. Like, for real? You know what I'm saying? It's like not even, I don't know.
It's just sad.
Yeah, no shit. All right. She was actually pronounced dead at 12:30 a.m., but that's when they pronounced her dead. She was dead on arrival. All right, let me get to this. This is fucking terrible, terrible, terrible. This is from her child fatality summary, which is a document used in kind of like an autopsy report. This 9-year-old girl had penetrating, now I'm quoting all this straight from the document, penetrating chop and blade wound to the head, neck, and torso. So,
oh my gosh.
Okay. All right, let's like go over that again. The word chop is in there. Chop. What do you think about when you hear the word chop?
Like something was cut off?
I think of like an axe.
There you go. She was killed with an axe. Penetrating chop and blade wound to the head, neck, torso. She had foot fractures, and she had some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff is anatomical. I'm not really sure. She had a fracture of the mandible, which is her chin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She had subdural hemorrhaging cerebral contusions with traumatic injury.
So that means bruising below the skin and on the brain.
She also had thermal injury burns, obviously, because she was in the fire. Actually, her burns, quote, full thickness burns to the total body surface area, end quote. So she was completely burned up. Completely. And she had asthma, like bronchial asthma, which makes me think she was alive during the fire, but I'm not sure. I don't know how she could survive what you're about to hear with the axe and everything. Now, this is from the Autism Wars. This is a little blogger that I just came across when I was searching her name. But it's a really, I'll put the link on talkmore.com. It's really nice what she wrote about. She, wrote about the case, but kind of only focused on her as the victim, as an autism patient, because this woman's blog, all she blogs about is bringing awareness to those with autism that lost their lives in tragedies like this. So she says, quote, her humanity has been stripped from her, end quote. So I'm kind of pulling all what I'm reading now from that blog, The Autism Wars. And it's like the Autism Wars at Blogspot or something like that. She was born July 29th, 2008. She attended school. She attended Foster Elementary School and continued on to Core Elementary. She loved getting up and seeing her mommy and brother. She loved dressing in pretty clothes and wearing earrings. She loved eating Oreos. She loved seeing her bus driver. So it's a little bit kind of about her. I mean, there's not much, obviously, about her.
Well, I'm glad that they, that someone out there does things like this for victims. I think that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'll put that link on there. She does it for a lot of people. But anyway, that's terrible, I know. The next thing I want to focus on in this case is the cross-witnessing of his own son, if you guys want to hear this.
Yeah, I do.
All right, so here we go.
How you doing?
Good.
This is when they first meet.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too.
Good to see you, man. As you'll see, he not only stabbed his own son after he killed his sister, so his daughter, Ronnie O'Neal's daughter, he not only stabbed his own son, but he held him down with his foot and poured gasoline on him.
This this is so brave of him to be able to
but he's
withstand his own father's questioning.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and did you hear he said, good to see you too?
Yeah.
I mean, this kid, I hope you freaking grow up and be I just hope you have a good life, man. That's all I hope for.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you too.
Good to see you too. That's his dad, yeah, but I mean, look at him look down. I mean, what would you do?
Yeah, he
you
should
try
be
to kill this guy. Good to see. Look how fake that is.
Good to see you, man.
God dang, man.
Good to see you too.
Terrible, man. Fuck that guy, right? Jesus Christ. Fuck. That's bad, man. I'm sorry. That's terrible. All right. Now, this is the son saying, basically testifying, saying, you stabbed me.
Yeah.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
You stabbed me.
Holy shit.
You stabbed me. Jesus Christ. Fucking
That's so
crazy,
disturbing.
man. If you watch the whole thing, he's terrible at defending himself. Like he'll start reading from a report and the judge will be like, listen, you have to tell everyone what report you're reading from. You just can't start reading from some random report. And he gets all like pissed off. The judge, if you see the judge, she wants to fucking kick this dude in the nuts.
As she should, if she could.
Well, she
I'm sure she kicked him in the nuts with his sentencing anyway.
Oh, yeah. If you look at the judge, you can see the judge in the background. The whole time you can see her face. She's content because she knows at the end of the day, she's got the fucking last say.
Yep.
Right.
And she's going to...
Because she's probably like, this dude is going to get a conviction, like, no question.
Yeah, exactly. According to the son, this is the son says, the night of the murder, he hears the mother, Kiki, and Ronnie O'Neal, the father, arguing. Now, this isn't a new thing. They're always arguing. But this time he sees his father grab a shotgun, and he's noticed a shotgun around the house. It's, home defense shotgun or whatever. The mother, Kiki, runs into his sister's room.
When your
right?
father followed
And
your
that's
mother,
where the father chases
you had a
her.
shotgun with you.
Yes.
And what did you do after that happened, after your father followed your mother into your sister's bedroom?
Well, I kind of sat in my room, and then my sister was sitting on the bed, like on her bed.
She was sitting up on the bed?
Yes.
Okay. And so she was awake when this happened?
Yes.
All right. And tell me what happened next.
And then my dad told me to walk around and say, like, some words.
And do you remember what words your father told you to say?
Allah Akbar.
Allahu Akbar?
Yes.
And he told you to walk around and say that?
Yes.
And did you do that?
Yes.
And where were you doing this, walking around and saying Allahu Akbar?
It was like you would walk, like, at the front door, you would walk in and it was there, so like the living room.
Okay, so you went out to the living room and did this?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the son's 9, so he's going to do whatever his father says. This is fucked. This is real fucked. The father shoots the mother. She's the first to get it. They were arguing, and most likely, I mean, obviously, he's never going to say he did this, but he probably hit her in the face or something. Then it got more and more violent, beating her, then finally grabs a shotgun, shoots her first. Okay. Tells the son to walk around in the living room saying Allah Akbar. All right. I don't know if at this point, if he's thinking about his defense or whatever, insanity, or maybe really claiming that there's demons in the home. I don't know. You know, but it is obviously, I mean, the son, the 9-year-old, is saying Allah Akbar and walking around. Now, this is where it's really fucked up. And I know it's always fucked up, but this is when it hits a new level. The mother is shot once, and then the father tells his son, Ronnie IV, to take the shotgun. The father hands Ronnie, the child, the shotgun, and he wants his son to shoot his own mother.
Oh.
So now, I don't know. I kind of got the feeling that yes, it did happen, but most likely it is probably blocked out of the kid's memory. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just awful if it did happen. I hope it didn't happen. But you can here, listen to this.
And then my dad said, "Come in here and come kill the B word." And then I went in the room, and then he handed me the shotgun and helped me shoot it.
And you went back into your sister's room?
All right, real quick. So the father calls the son in and says, "Come help me kill this bitch." I don't know if you heard that.
I did, yeah.
He said B word.
You know, not like...
This kid's fucking now 11, so he doesn't even want to say that. I mean, especially about his mom.
Right, and it's the kid's mom. That's just...
But the father, that guy that you saw, says, "Come and help me kill this bitch." He hands the son the shotgun, and the son says, "He helped me shoot her." So shoot his own mother, basically.
Oh,
it's
my
terrible.
God.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Any shots from the shotgun before that?
Yes.
How many times? One time?
Yes.
So when you went back into your sister's bedroom, did your father hold the shotgun in your hands?
Yes, he was helping me.
So were you both kind of holding it at the same time?
Yes.
Do you remember whether the gun went off while you were holding it?
So you can tell it's silence.
Do you remember?
No, I do not.
Fuck, I don't know, man. I mean, it's fucking terrible.
Dang.
No shit.
Oh, my God.
I mean, honestly, when you... Number one, a lot of these killers that we cover, if they just plead guilty and avoid the trial altogether, then they don't have to put the family through the remembrance. But our law system set up that if you plead not guilty and you want to have a fair trial per se, then that means you have the ability to cross-examine the witnesses and everything else for a fair trial. So the fact that he's putting his own son through this is just fucking terrible, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys hate me for this case, don't you?
No. It's sad.
After the mother is shot, he tells his son to go get a hunting knife. And the mother gets out of the closet, and that's when she runs out of the front door. So she's out of the front door. She's out of the picture. She's going to die there on the lawn. So now there's another problem in the house. The autistic nonverbal child, because, you know, she saw what happened. We need to take care of her, right? That's what he's thinking.
Except she couldn't even testify if she wanted to.
Right.
Like, totally innocent. Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what, nothing needed to happen to her, you know?
Well, unless, you know, she knew ASL.
Well, she could write, too, right?
It depends on...
What's ASL?
American Sign Language.
Oh.
What do you remember happening?
Look at the judge.
After the shooting with your mom outside.
You coming back inside and you getting my sister and then putting her in
Look at the judge. Holy shit.
my parents' room, and then you hit her with an axe.
So, and if you watch the whole trial, this guy will he'll say stuff like, "How's your new dad? Is he treating you good?" It's just like,
Jesus.
Look at the judge's
like,
face
yeah.
right there. She's like, I want to
I'm gonna put you away forever, dude.
No shit. All right, this is fucked. He grabs an axe, Ronnie, the father, and drags the sister by her hair to the master bedroom, and then hits her on the back of the head with an axe. This is an axe. You think of like a lumberjack axe. This is a chop wood, an axe that was in the garage, And the son in court says, quote, "I saw her eyes roll. There was blood everywhere," end quote. So that was terrible. Sorry. You guys fucking hate me. You guys are going to quit.
We're not going to quit. This is particularly sad.
What happened when your father came back to the house?
He went into the, actually, he went in the garage.
Did he do something to your sister?
Yes, he hit her with an axe in the head, and then in the back, and the back, and then the head. And then I saw her eyes roll, and then there was blood in
That's bad, dude.
Poor child. Oh my God.
I hope that they have provided some trauma therapy for him.
Yeah. Well, luckily he's, he's got a good dad now, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's
But
in a
still.
better situation, but you still need
that
to
memory, like what he has witnessed.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, he's what, 12? 13 maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, 13, about 13.
Oh my God, dude.
You remember that?
Here you go.
So it was, you would walk in the door, and it was like she was sitting right by the door, but like you could close it and she would still be in the room, but like, so she was like in the room basically, but like by the door.
Okay, so kind of just inside the bedroom,
Yes.
your mother and father's bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and we're almost done. I just wanted to show you the testimony because it's, this is pretty much what I wanted you to see. But here's one more thing about the axe.
And he hit with an axe.
Yes.
Was she on the floor when he did that?
Yes.
Okay. Just inside the bedroom door?
Yes.
Was able to make any noises? Was she making any kind of noise while this was happening?
After the hit in the back, she cried. She cried she cried.
Okay.
A little bit, and then hit her in the head.
And then he hit her in the head?
Yes.
And did she stop crying when he hit her in the head?
Fucking crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, almost done. I'm sorry. Don't worry. This guy is sitting in prison for life.
No possibility of parole.
No. Oh, this guy will. I'm surprised. This guy is.
I'm surprised he didn't get the death penalty.
Well, all right. So this is from Fox 13 News in Tampa Bay. The judge says, quote, "This is the worst case I've ever seen." And then she sentences Ronnie O'Neal to 3 consecutive life sentences plus 90 years.
Wow.
So he'll be in prison till 490 years or whatever. 3 consecutive means you serve them back to back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to serve 3 life, which I'm surprised they didn't go for the death penalty.
I'm surprised too.
I mean, yeah.
Because it's Florida and the death penalty is legal in Florida, I believe.
Yeah, and it seems to be a favorite too. Wrapping this case up, one more terrible thing. This is the father trying to burn the house down.
What happened next?
And then he went in the garage. I followed him, and then he put me on the ground. He put me on the ground, and then he had his foot on top. I was laying on my stomach. He had his foot on top of me, and he was holding me down. And he was lighting a match. He was lighting a match with the tissue, and then he threw it down.
This guy had poured gasoline on his son and all over the house. And then he holds his own son down with his foot after he stabs him and tries to light him on fire.
After he had made his son shoot his mother.
Yeah. So this is the guy that when he's cross testifying his son, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you. Jesus Christ. I'm surprised. I mean, dude, if I was the worst fucking inmate, like have done the most horrible murders or whatever, this guy would be the first one on my list to pick off. If I'm doing life sentence right now, or if I'm never getting out of prison, my whole life would be trying to kill other inmates. I mean, what else is there to do?
Like a vigilante justice.
I'd fucking plan them out, man. I'd be a hero. Killing this guy, killing pedophiles and shit. I mean, I'd be a fucking hero. I'm just saying, that's just me.
So when he tried to put me on the fire or whatever, he tried to light the match and put me on fire. I quickly ran up and went in the kitchen, and then I backed up. He opened the drawer, and then I remember my mind was I was understanding anything, and then I walked out the front door.
Okay, so you remember when he was holding you down with his foot, and after that you were able to get up and run into the kitchen?
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Jesus Christ. That's all the videos I got on that.
Wow. I mean,
what do you guys think of that shit, man? Crazy,
I'm
dude.
glad this man will never see the light of day again.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
I hope this
they
child
were planning,
has a good life.
They were planning to seek the death penalty. I don't know what went wrong, but 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of attempted first-degree murder, arson, and resisting arrest. I mean, just looking at the judge's face, if I was that guy up there testifying, I would look at the judge's face and be like, all right, fuck it. I know I'm going to get it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That judge, there's no doubt she fucking did exactly what people she was supposed to do.
I mean, if he had an attorney, things could have ended up differently for him. Because even just the fact that he wanted to represent himself, it almost makes him seem more insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I interviewed one lawyer in the past, and I was really good friends with another lawyer that practices in Colombia, and in both cases, the one in Colombia, she was defending a murder trial where it was a father that killed his family, and she was getting death threats. And the guy that I interviewed, I know for a fact some of the cases he did.
Pee Wee Gaskin's lawyer, yes.
He got death threats. In fact, there was a real close call with him. So, I mean, just think about it. What you're saying is the fact that he defended himself. I mean, think about the defense lawyer that would come up on because it's like a roulette thing, right? I mean, you don't know who you're going to get. You could get a famous serial killer. You could get anyone. It's
your job.
Yeah, it's your job. So it's just random, right? So think about the lawyer, the attorney that has to defend this asshole.
Well, that's why I think my sister does not want to go into criminal
I don't blame
law.
her.
I mean, because this guy, whoever's going to defend him, I mean, that's his job is to do the best for his client, but you're defending a guy that axed his 9-year-old nonverbal autistic daughter in the back of the head and then tried to light his son on fire, and then is cross-witnessing his own child. And if you watch the trial, it'd make you sick. I mean, he's basically telling him, no, that's not how it happened. It's just horrible to watch, man. Anyway, that was the case for Tuesday.
Jeez.
Fuck. Maybe I'll put that on Thursday. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was still a great case.
Yeah, it was interesting. Just really sad.
The next case is not as sad. Not nearly as sad. I apologize. It's crazy. It's about some millionaires, but there's some some really fucked up shit that goes on with it. So, but that's going to be the Thursday case. And then we're putting out an episode on Friday. Nicole's going to tell us about some Nazi pedophiles and secret cults and organizations, aliens and everything. So
Not
that's going to be on
aliens.
Friday. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Probably not, but go to see the pictures and the video of this guy at talkmurder.com. That's the blog that I blog on. You guys can share that if you want and talk to me there, comment. Anything else? And until next time, my name is John. Good night, you lovely, lovely people.